Look on Google, it would tell you it takes a couple of days for your food to fully digest. Well, I'm not going to wait a couple of days. I've given you a few hours now to digest that Roman Reigns is your 2026 Royal Rumble winner, and you're going to see him headline WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. Welcome back to More Insight. I am your host, Chris Moore. And we're going to tap into this Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble and what it actually means for WrestleMania. Now, if the Royal Rumble was a rap lyric, it would be allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is the Tribal Chief because Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble. Listen, I'm not going to ease into this. Fresh off the appearance on the Pat McAfee show, where he called out WWE Creative and basically told the locker room that y'all need to step up. He backs it up by punching his ticket to WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. It's not coincidence. Well, it may be coincidence. Who knows? But what I love, if you're a Triple H fan, you'll love this. He took authority over what he said. He took accountability for his words through his actions. And to be quite honest with you, it feels like we're almost back to normal. It feels like the world is about to be a better place all over again in the world of wrestling. Let's be clear. Again, Roman Reigns went on Pat McAfee, said that WWE hasn't evolved creatively, said he left an opening for other people to become stars, and he went out there and won the Royal Rumble. That's a man who's putting the exclamation point at the end of his own sentence. You don't complain and disappear. You speak, and then you take control. That's what a real QB wants. It's not lost on me that Triple H didn't post a picture with Roman. Maybe it's nothing, maybe it's something, but to me, optics matter. I have two eyes. I see what I see, and wrestling is all about optics. I saw Triple H post a picture with Liv Morgan. Where's the picture with the Tribal Chief? Tribal Chief don't need that picture. You need that picture. You, the WWE, you need that picture because Roman Reigns is about to give y'all all a nice paycheck. Yeah, if you get a WrestleMania bonus, it's because the Tribal Chief is involved with WrestleMania now. And I'm going to address my bias before y'all jump in these comments. Yes, Roman Reigns is my GOAT. He's my Tribal Chief. And I can absolutely say that I am here for another reign. See what I did there? But here's the twist. I don't want him chasing the same belt. No, we've done the Undisputed Championship. We've raised that up. I want him to elevate that World Heavyweight Championship belt. Why? Because Roman himself said it on the No Contest Wrestling podcast with O'Shea Jackson and TJ Jefferson. O'Shea asked him outright, if you win the 2025 Royal Rumble, would you ever go for this title? Roman Reigns said, if we're trying to lift the value, you know what waist it's supposed to be on. You don't need a translator, but I'll be your translator for you. If you want that belt to feel different, you know who holds that kind of aura. You know who can bring that to the table. And right now, the champ is CM Punk. The champ right now is CM Punk. Listen to what I'm saying. The champ right now is CM Punk. And I told y'all in the last video that WrestleMania is about selling tickets. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns is money. That's marquee. That's Las Vegas lights. That's two men who can command presence in a stadium. We've seen footage of the writer's room in WWE Unreal. We've seen the creative team get together and pitch ideas. Look, this one is very easy. You don't have to overthink this. Don't hurt yourselves, okay? Don't think too hard on this. Punk, of course, he's the rebellious icon, the second city saint who feels overlooked by the system. Roman Reigns is the system. Punk, he's been known as the voice of the voiceless. Roman Reigns is the Tribal Chief who says, this is my camera. You build that story around ego, legacy, and value. CM Punk says that he's carried wrestling on his back. Roman Reigns has said that the industry can't breathe without him. And he's absolutely right. Because the last 2 years, since WrestleMania 40, it's been rough out here. It's been tough in these wrestling streets. But now, I hope they meet in Vegas. Tell me that's not what will sell tickets for night 2 of WrestleMania 42. Tell me something else that's bigger. Tell me who would be bigger that you would want to see Roman Reigns against. Well, let me guess. Sami Zayn? LA Knight? That's who you want to see in the main event? Come on now. And let's not act like this is just clean and simple. No, there's a little wrinkle here. Yeah, there's someone who's currently injured. You'll see him on NFL Network. You might see him on ESPN. He was just on Netflix with the skyscraper challenge guy. Yeah, I'm talking about that guy, the architect. He calls himself a revolutionary. He calls himself a visionary. He calls himself Seth freaking Rollins. And this is a guy who has history with both CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Not to mention he won the triple threat match between those three last year. You mean to tell me by the time WrestleMania comes around, he won't be itching to do something? Yeah, he has bigger fish to fry with Braun Breaker, but there's an opportunity here, and I don't know if WWE will pass this up. He is the variable for chaos. He is the man that refuses to be a side character. I can't even hold you. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I lie for you before I lie to you. But when Roman Reigns eliminated Gunther, which made my heart glad, it felt like the oxygen came back into the building. No, I ain't trying to shade nobody. I ain't trying to, crap on nobody else. But the aura is here. I said that Roman Reigns, he has aura forming. He's not aura farming. There's a difference. There's something about knowing that when Roman Reigns is in the main event picture, the stakes feel heavier. It's like he said in the interview with No Contest Wrestling again. He said, all right, we made a touchdown. Move the goalpost further. Yeah, we reached this high level right here. Let's go even higher. The camera lingers longer. The entrances mean more. The promo segments hit better. And when he stands there in Vegas, pointing at that WrestleMania sign, putting those ones in the air, it feels like we have a headliner again. I said it. I'm biased. Roman Reigns is my GOAT. He's my tribal chief. I watched that Bloodline era like it was appointment television. I was there. I was locked in. And I'm not apologizing for wanting excellence. We have the needle mover back. I don't root for Roman Reigns just because it's trendy. I root for Roman Reigns because he's at the top. And the product feels better when he's at the top. And wrestling should feel better. It should feel big. It should feel momentous. It should feel exciting. Not just efficient, but big. It should mean something. What does this mean for WWE? Roman winning the Royal Rumble after publicly calling out creative. It's a message. You want evolution? You want new stars? Watch this. Let me make you some stars. So it's also going to put pressure on WWE to deliver, because I don't know how much longer we're going to have Roman Reigns around here. Because here's the thing. If you put Roman back in that spotlight, the story has to match the aura, man. You cannot half-step this. You cannot do what you did with John Cena in the heel run. You can't do it. We deserve better. We deserve a spectacle. We deserve magic. We deserve to feel like you give a damn. And if the World Heavyweight Championship is the target, so be it. The belt is going to feel better because when Roman Reigns touches it, when he puts that gold around his waist, that title becomes even better. I mean, think about it. For years, SmackDown was known as the B brand. Raw was the A show. You never wanted the SmackDown belt. You wanted the Raw belt. But now, Raw is the better show, but SmackDown has the bigger title. And you can't tell me that the Undisputed Championship doesn't sound better than the World Heavyweight Championship. That's a whole nother conversation for a different day. Like I started off with saying, Roman Reigns is like what Jay-Z said. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is the Tribal Chief. Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble. He called his shot. He's going to go to WrestleMania 42. And if this is about lifting value, then put the title where the value is. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. That's where the money is. That's where your bonus is going to be if you're on the WWE creative team. Again, it'll be interesting to see what happened with Seth Rollins throughout this process. Could he be going against Braun Breaker? For sure. But I don't see him just not being involved in this match some type of way. And I'm here for another reign by Roman Reigns as your World Heavyweight Champion of the WWE. Acknowledge our Tribal Chief. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. This has been more insight you can trust, because there is more where it came from.